The plan for today is to get as much done on the Camberghini as possible. First thing we're gonna do is get the bumpers ready for paint, and then we're gonna paint them. It's looking like it's gonna be dry for at least a couple more hours, so we're gonna get that done first, and then after the bumpers are painted, we can start throwing everything back onto the car. We got the front bumper all torn down. We got the lip off, the oil cooler off, the turn signals off, this piece that was attached inside the mouth, and then we got these block off plates for the side markers. I got the rear bumper all disassembled, and I also did some trimming as well. I trimmed up this corner a little bit just to make it a little bit nicer, and I also trimmed up this just to make it even from where we cut it from where the stock bumper is. And then also on this side as well, I just made this a little bit smoother transition. Next thing we're gonna do is sand them and paint them. Okay, so I don't actually know where I left off there. Everything that was filmed before this was filmed a couple days ago, and I had to run off and go do the rest of the paperwork and everything to finalize in order to actually get the Jeep. And now that you guys know I have the Jeep and everything, I went off-roading, and this whole weekend was just crazy, and I've been kind of sick too. But we're gonna be working on the Camberghini again. We're gonna be finishing off everything that we discussed that day. Basically putting everything back together, hopefully getting some things buttoned up. Anyways, moving on, I wanna show you a couple of things. Nothing happened with this since the last time you've seen it. For those of you who are interested in the Jeep build, Oxbeam sent me out a bunch of lighting and brackets. So we got this bracket, so that way it goes up and over the top. And then we have 4 of these, so 2 little pods on each side of this. Pretty much the coolest taillights they have for JKs. And then this bar is gonna be going down on the hood. But we're not gonna be doing that today. I am waiting on a few more parts before I finish all that up, and we'll just do it all in one day and wire it up and everything. I don't believe I showed you, but I painted the front bumper and then the rear bumpers over here. I just painted that yesterday. So we're gonna go ahead and throw on that front bumper. I'm gonna flip that bumper over. I don't think I got the inside of here, so I'm gonna flip that over on some towels or whatever, that way we don't ruin what we just painted. Paint that. While that's drying, we'll get this front all buttoned up. I'm gonna have to epoxy the little badge on here again, and then throw everything back on. Before Grid Life, it would be really cool to do some kind of lip design. I was just using this as kind of an idea, so I might be using this as a basis to do basically stacking lips is what people call it, and that's pretty much exactly what it'd be. So it'd be almost like a splitter under the lip, because I hate this lip. It's like every Miata owner has this lip, and like I talked about before, I want to do some kind of thing right here covering that. But since I moved, I don't really have as much tools to kind of like fabricate and everything. I don't have like a drill press, and so I'll do it. It's just going to take me a little bit longer, and we'll do that later down the road. But for right now, we're going to throw it back together, and then we'll start thinking about some interior stuff. Moment of silence, you dripping, I'm blood, and you're asking for help. Well, the bumper's all put back together, the lights are in there. Next thing to do is attach those. Again, I said I'm gonna make the rear ones of these, so that means I'm gonna leave the front ones out, that way I can get the template for it. And then also the front ones had some weld on it from whenever I originally had the fenders longer than they were, that way they could actually attach somewhere. I'm probably gonna remake these ones as well, that way there's no weld on there and they're kind of clean. So we're gonna wait to put those in. But I'm gonna hook up those lights. We'll plug these in, so I actually have turn signals, because these have been sitting here like this pretty much the entire time. Put this bumper on, and then we can move on to the back. So, I mean, it looks pretty much exactly the same it used to. Not really too much going on. Maybe a little bit more clean, but I think it looks good. while the rear bumper is drying up, because I just sprayed those sides because I trimmed them up a little bit just to make it look a little bit more smooth once it's on the car. I'll throw on the mirrors, maybe the light bar, the wing, and then we can do the tail lights, and then do the bumper, and then the diffuser, which I did end up putting in more rivets in every single one of these. The only one I couldn't get more into was the middle ones on either side. So this thing is pretty sturdy. I also put this in. I was trying to figure out a way on how to do this. I literally just drilled 2 holes, put zip strips through, and so now I'll have this thing back on it again, which I think is pretty awesome. We're gonna have to do something about these, either paint them or treat them with that chemical, but that's not gonna be done right now. My priority is just to get this thing ready to go to grid life, and then I can attack little things at a time beforehand, just so I know that I make sure I get it done. Alrighty, well, I didn't really get to do too much more today. I'm actually really busy. I gotta leave from here, clean up, and then I have to go pick up my dad's car down in a different town, like about an hour away, so I'm not gonna be able to get any more done tonight anyways. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and peace out.
The first someone calling this dear mom. Stuck underneath all this dirt and it hurts, and it's black in the back of this hearse. Hiding in the shadows all lurk. Now it's too late, cause my life